if the HR policies are not up to date, falling in line with the industries, if they are very complicated, if there is no clear-cut indication about their further progression, people are also career oriented. The day they join, they want to know what will be their career. They check. But if the HR policies do not speak clearly about their progression, that demotivates a person. Many companies have very complicated HR policies which the employee does not understand, and that leads to his frustration. So that also becomes a factor for a person to look for a change. Then there are organizational reasons also. A company with a good brand name is able to hold their people for longer. In the previous session, Madam was telling from L&T, they are not the best paymasters, yet they have people with very long service there. Because L&T has a brand name, it's a global brand name. I also had the opportunity to serve L&T for about 16 years. So people also care for the brand. A company without a brand name, people do not feel satisfied. And the companies which has some stains on its name, the company indulges in some unlawful activities, people try to leave that organization as fast as possible. So these are some of the organizational reasons that also are responsible for attritions. There are personal reasons. Under the personal reasons, a person located at a particular place, sometimes that atmosphere of that place does not suit his health. Then he looks for a change to a place where the health will be better for him. Or sometimes they give the reason for staying away from the family. So they try to come back to the hometown where their parents are also staying. So these are some of the family or personal reasons. But I still feel that loss of bondage, the sense of belongingness, is one of the very strong reasons for attritions. Now attritions are bound to remain there. We cannot eradicate them totally. We can only, with our strategies, with our skills of management, we can minimize it. Therefore, the option is to manage it. The problem of attrition has to be managed. And for that, we have to accept first that attrition is the part of life. And then learn to live with it. We can take a cue from the political scenario in the country today. Now all the political parties have realized that coming to majority single-handedly is not possible. The way is learn to live in coalition system. So likewise, the managements have to learn to manage attritions. So first thing is mentally accept that attritions are part of life. Learn to live with it. To manage, you have to change the outlook of engagement. In past, there was a system of specialization. One person doing one thing only. Now we'll have to shift from that single assignment or solitary assignment to multiple assignments. Thereby, you can make your human resource versatile. One person being competent to do many things. And when all of a sudden there are separations, at least your work will not come to a standstill because you have got all-rounders. Like in one-day matches, recently the team was announced and there was some criticism that this team does not have any all-rounders. Similarly, industry also needs all-rounders. That in crisis, if in a batch, some large number of people are leaving, at least the remaining people can manage the show. So therefore, the concept of engagement has to change from single assignment to multiple assignments. Change the outlook of employment itself. Now, we should not think of while taking a person that he will serve me for 20 years or 25 years or 40 years like my friend served that company. We have to change our outlook of employment itself. While taking itself, you consider that this man will stay for maximum 5 years, and accordingly you have to plan your succession planning you have to do. Have the concept of job rotation, have the concept of cross-functional teams. Thereby you can create a pool of talents, and that talent pool will serve you in crisis. Thirdly, change the outlook of salary remuneration package itself. Old people, they had more belief in what he will get after the retirement. So retirement benefits was one major point of attraction. So accordingly, the companies also used to have the schemes of superannuation fund, which is not a statutory fund. Provident fund paying over and above the statutory defined salary. As of today, the defined salary is 6,500 only. The company can get away by paying contribution on 6,500. But companies normally pay the contribution on entire amount. Companies have systems of paying deferred wages, that if you serve for 5 years, you will get this. If you serve for 10 years, likewise, if a person leaves after 20 years, he will get some lump sum amount. But the young generation today, they don't believe in what he will get after 20 years or after retirement. They want what he is going to get today. So change your package to merge those things which you are deferring today to make it a part of current CTC to attract good people. Then you develop your good HR practices, strong PMS, that is performance management system, which should not have any place for any biasness, should be objective. Thereby you link that to good rewards and recognition. People also look for rewards and recognition, progression. So one should have good, strong HR practices. Employee engagement should not be left to HR alone. Each line manager should be paying attention to an employee's engagement to see whether he is satisfied with his job, whether he is appropriately placed on the job, whether the job which is assigned, whether it is of his liking, does he have the competence for that? This has to be seen not only by the HR but from the line managers, all the line managers. Then they can give the input to the HR. But HR should not be made to observe the things. Pay individual focus, personal attention should be paid on the employee for his grooming, for his progression. Companies should also have good off-the-job social activities. In present scenario, generally people live away from the families. In the older time, people used to live in the same town with their families and they were very close to going out. But today, the boys are career oriented, they can go to any place. But after going there, they also have a feeling for their families. So create something where they can get some family atmosphere. Have a system of sharing the joys of family, children's birthday, children's excellence in the education, so that they get a family atmosphere, and that will work as a instrument to bond the people with the place and job. And nothing will be possible unless and until the top management is involved in this. The blessing of top management is essential. So chief executive of the company should be concerned about this, all this whatever we have discussed. Then attrition is not always unwanted thing. Though it is a problem, but it's not unwanted thing always. Some amount of attrition is also essential, because we want to form a pyramidal structure of organization. And if all the people who joined you, if they remain with you, then you cannot form that pyramid. So some people have to leave. And when some people leave, some new people you take, young blood will come, fresh energy will come, fresh ideas will come. So we have to maintain a balance of rate of attrition in a controlled level. We have to keep it. For that we have to manage. So at the end I will say, don't oppose the attrition, but manage it. I have two of my colleagues who are in the practicing managers in HR, human capital management. So they will also discuss what in their organization they are doing to manage this attritions. So I will not now stand between you and my colleagues. Thank you very much.